Thanks for stopping by the Minnesota Black Robe Regiment channel. Today I'm excited to have with me Joe and Tama. Did I get it right?
Tama.
Tama. See, I told you I was going to get it wrong. I'm nothing if not human. They're the owners and proprietors of Neighbors, 3 different locations. They'll tell you about those here shortly. They are currently in a strange mix of business, trying to keep their businesses going in the midst of an overreaction by the governor of Minnesota, Tim Walz. And I'll just let them introduce themselves. Guys, thank you for being willing to do this. Thanks for sitting down with me for a few minutes. I know you guys have stuff to do, especially on Christmas Eve. But this is really important to me because I want to get these stories out, because the media is not covering the independent business owners who are struggling through all of this. They'll certainly tell you all the stories about people who are sick and the number of people that are dying, but they won't report the businesses that are dying or the way that it's affecting the business owners. But they'll certainly praise the governor for helping, not that he did anything, but getting that near $250 million out to people that won't help anything. So tell me about yourselves and tell me about your businesses.
Well, we agree. My name is Joe Holtz. My wife, Tama Holtz. We're a family-oriented restaurant. We all work together. We got like 6 family members working for us in total, and we're just really disgusted with how the governor is going about this. We're pretty fair black and white people. If it was for everybody, it's for everybody, but it's not for everybody. You know, our big side of this is we work a lot. We work a lot every year, every day, and we're in a disadvantage and an uncompetitive playing field, because you can go to the airport, fly out overseas, eat, drink, sit there for 2 hours, and fly to Paris. You can go to Rochester, you go into the Mayo Clinic, gondola building, eat, leave, come and go as you please. You can't do it in Albertville, Princeton, or St. Joe. And that's where our 3 locations are. And with our employees, they're just, like I said, to the CCO, we're dying on the vine. You know, they're hurting so bad this time, it isn't possible for them to even get caught up after being kicked already, you know. So it's kind of like the double kick when you're down thing. But we opened up on Wednesday because we're part of that coalition. We feel we had to open up, and we did it to make sure our employees can give their kids a Christmas. Obviously, we thought it was going to last a little longer than what it was, but, you know, they came after us pretty hard. But we had to take a stand. We felt it was the right thing to do. We still feel it's the right thing to do. And we feel everybody should be open. If we're as safe as we are, as clean as we are, the extra money we spent for protocols to be safe, to be social distance, and everything we did, you know, to spend a little more money, we'll give you 3 weeks to go a little broker. You spend a little more money, spend a little more money, spend a little more money. You know, and then he lets us go out on the patio and eat outside. I mean, it's so ridiculous. It doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, let's touch on that outside thing real quick. This is Minnesota, and I'm further south in Minnesota than you are, but it's 4 degrees here today.
Yeah.
What's
and windy.
And windy here as well. What's the temperature like there today?
Similar. 5 degrees.
5. Well, what do you know? We all must be freezing over because we're warmer than you.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say your name wrong again. Is Tama?
Tama.
I got it. How intimately are you involved in the day-to-day operations?
I'm the cook in Princeton every day, so I'm there helping that kitchen run up to Herb. I'm there helping the servers, bartenders get their job done right every single day. So I'm in Princeton's location the most.
Okay. So you employ family as well as other people in the community, correct?
Yes.
Yep, about 40.
Between the 3 locations?
Yeah, maybe upwards of 50 during our peak season. We're just, I guess, I always say they give you lemons, make lemonade, and that's what we're trying to do. But, you know, a lot of people are on our side. We've had enormous, overwhelming support, and that the good that's going to come out of that is I'm going to have to put an ad up real soon, right after Christmas, that we're going to be hiring. So at least we're going to put some people back to work as soon as we can open. But again, I can't hire people right now and get ready for the new business that's going to come my way because we don't know when we can open. You know, we got to have some kind of, here, go buy this, here, open this. We don't even know, when do you stock the place? When do you get the place ready? We've done some extensive remodeling in Eltville, so it helped us there. So, I mean, our building's in tip-top shape, better than ever. And it's an old building in Eltville and it needed some work. But so we got that done, you know, but that's spending money when you're making no money. And I'm a gambler a little bit, and that's what I did. But I sure hope we get to be able to open so we can pay ourselves back or get some money back in the kitty, you know.
Let me ask, and I don't, you know, I don't want, you know, deep personal details here, but you talked about the extra measures that you've taken to be healthy and safe. On a fiduciary or a financial level, was that a big investment?
Well, it was a huge investment because you got to have individual salt and peppers. You got to have individual ketchups. You got to have individual silverware. Your to-go, every to-go order costs you 50 cents more automatically because you got the container. You have the ramekins. You have the lids for the ramekins. You have the wax paper that goes inside it. There's a lot of things that go into a to-go order that people don't realize. It costs me more to serve you to-go. Then you don't purchase a beverage either, so I'm not making any money on the beverage. When you dine in, we do a lot of coupons and stuff. It's always with the dine in with your, you know, beverage purchase, because we definitely want to give discounts. We want to give people a deal, but we want to sell a couple of beverages in order to capture some of our money where we get a little more profit. We have excellent food. We buy top quality product. We buy fresh from the farm. So we pay a little more for our food in order to put out the type of food that we put out. So we got to sell a couple of drinks to you, or we'd really like to sell a couple of drinks to you in order to be profitable. You know, we need to stay in business. You know, we need some profit too. Profit's not an ugly word as long as you do it right.
Well, it's not an ugly word. Profit's not an ugly word at all. It's the backbone of the economy. I mean, let's just be honest. You guys did not get into the restaurateur proprietorship because you were looking to give free food out to people just because you're so magnanimous. And don't get me wrong, I showed the picture of your food and clothing drive. So we know that you're magnanimous and generous people, but you don't go into business to lose money.
Right. We honestly went into business to be part of the community. We really, I mean, the community sport's been great, but the only people, you know, nobody likes to eat out of a styrofoam container. They want to come in and socialize, and we have fun with our customers. It's not just a business. I mean, a lot of people don't realize with the restaurant industry and the bar industry, this is our interaction with them and their interaction with us. We're community. People come in, they come in to see us. They come in every day. It's like we have people that come in. If they don't come in, it's like we got to call. It's like, hey, is he all right? You know, we haven't seen John today. You know, where's he at? You know, and it's a tight deal. And you know, we try to do, like I said, everything right. And you could shut people down for doing everything right. It just doesn't make sense. Hey, if you're a lawbreaker and you do things wrong and you're serving bad product and you're not giving good service and you don't care and you don't show up and you don't work your own bar and you don't come in when you're busy and let your employees fail, which I've seen other bar owners do, well, maybe then you have a little, not reason to fail, but I guess I can understand you failing then. But when you work as hard as we do, 80 hours a week, and do what we do and try to keep the freshest product we can, we go to Peterson Farms in Becker to pick up our potatoes. We try to buy fresh, local whenever we can till you can't during some seasons. You can't do that, obviously, but we try to do everything right. I mean, I get up at 7 in the morning to go get potatoes, have them fresh at our places, you know. And we have 3 to 4 trucks a week at our stores. So we have fresh food. And then, you know, in my opinion, at no fault of our own, we should be making a little profit. We should be flourishing because we work so hard, you know, employ people, and they should be making money, and it's all the old economy, you know, get it rolling again.
Yeah, let me touch on that. Because that's one of the recurring themes. If you've watched anything on my channel, you know, and yeah, I'm going to plug myself. So hopefully you and your customers will watch. But if you watch the interviews, especially that I've done over the last couple of months, I've interviewed Larvita from Lind there at Havens Garden. I interviewed Lisa. I was over, as I told you, on the phone yesterday. I was in Albert Lee to kind of scout out the location for the interchange, and talked to the owner there shortly after the state came in and served paperwork on them. But the recurring theme in every one of these is we know our customers. We love our customers, you know, and Lisa from the Alibi said that they've had people where they've gone and visited them in the hospital.
Yeah.
They're that close. I'm imagining with cities the size of St. Joe and Princeton and where's your other location?
Albertville.
Albertville. We're not talking about major metro areas.
Right. No, we're rural America.
You're rural. So you are getting to know these people, and
For sure.
and you're counting on that. So it's personal. These are friendships for you guys. Yeah. And as much as your friends might love you, they're not going to sit outside when it's 4 degrees and blowing.
Absolutely. Right now, we've been sitting here for 2 hours. We haven't had a to-go order in 2 hours. You know, and I get it. What we're trying to do is keep our phone lines open, keep our business open, make sure people still know we're here. I understand a lot of these places can't be open for to-goes, but how do you not answer your phone for 2 months? How do you just shut your lights off and have your fixed costs are every month. They don't go away. Every fixed cost we have, all we're trying to do is chip away at them so we don't lose more. You know, we're losing money every minute we're open. But we're trying to lose less money every minute we're open, you know?
Right. So let's talk. This is going to be the hard part. So which one of you is the hardcore one?
I'll take it.
All right. So here's the hard part, and this is not really all that hard, and it's not a gotcha. So you said that you signed on with the Reopen Minnesota Coalition.
I did.
Last week when everybody said, you know, this is it, we're going to open.
Yeah.
They came down on you really hard.
They did.
And that's 3 different locations that you tried to open.
We opened Princeton first. We were doing it like every couple of days. We were going to open one. We opened Princeton on Wednesday. We were going to open Albertville on Monday, and then like Thursday we were going to open St. Joe. Just because I wanted to make sure we had backing, and you know, I followed through with it. And there's a lot of them. Obviously, they got scared, and I understandably so. You know, nobody wants to do jabs with the Attorney General, but at some point somebody had to stand up, and Lita and Alibi. I mean, I commend them.
And Jane out at Boardwalk.
And yeah, I commend all of them. You got to have. Tell you what, it takes some coconuts to get out and say you're going to do it and follow through with it. And
you
I applaud them all.
You said that very well. You said coconuts. That's not the terminology I would have used. Is it in there again? And this is, you know, I love your transparency. When they came down on you, was that kind of one of those scary, I'm about to lose everything kind of moments?
Absolutely. You know,
I'm looking at her. She's shaking her head. Yeah.
Yeah. It flashes through your eyes. I mean, and the reason, like a little bit of the reason on Wednesday we opened up, I was waking up in the middle of the night. We have big hearts. We'll help anybody we can help, but you know, we got to survive too. But one of our girls was making $37 a week on unemployment. $37 a week. Let that sink in.
And that was a family member or an employee from the community?
An employee from the community. She's got a 4-year-old son named Waylon. I love Waylon Jennings. So, you know, I think I'm going to let that kid go with no Christmas. It wasn't going to happen. You know, Tuesday night at 7 p.m. when I seen that senator share on Facebook the post from the Mayo Clinic being open. So when I find out, and I knew about the airport, and I kind of just didn't let it bug me as much as I should have, but when I find out you can come off the street, go into a hospital, and you can have dinner and leave. So if you did have COVID, you're bringing it into the hospital. That's okay, but it can't be, you know, who knows where it transferred. You can't do it in Albertville, Princeton, or St. Joe. I mean, are you kidding me? It's just, it's ludicrous. It's beyond our comprehension.
I would love for you guys to watch the video that I put out at noon today.
I will. Send it to me.
You'll love it because I left the interchange. There's, you know, maybe 10 people total in there while I'm there.
Yeah.
And I drive over to Rochester, and I told you it took me quite a while, but I drive over to Rochester, and I'm driving around, and parking lots are packed full.
Yeah.
And I stopped at Menards, and Menards has a sign on their door that says, per the CDC guidelines, based on the 6 foot of space per person, they're allowed to have up to 7,032 people in their store on the south side of Rochester. Now,
that's what I mean.
it's asinine. This is all completely asinine.
It is.
I want to talk to your beautiful other half there. She's going to get us more views anyway.
She will. There you are. Have at it.
Were you guys all on board as far as opening all 3 locations? Was this something that you wanted to do, or was this his?
No, we talked about it and we wanted to do it together. That it was something we had to do, try to help our employees get a Christmas for their families and to make a statement on it.
And which one of you is the most likely to have the soft heart?
Oh, that's kind of hard.
We both do.
are. Yeah.
We accent each other well. You know, some of us, we need a hard side sometimes, you need a soft side sometimes, but we've been together a long time and we work together every day in this industry. And I know there's a lot of people that can't work with their wife every day, but mine is so wonderful I can do it.
Very good. Nice save on Christmas Eve, bro.
Exactly.
Tama, right?
Tama, yep.
Tama. I'll have it down just enough time for the interview to end. You work out of which location predominantly?
Princeton.
Princeton. And so you have not just regular customers, but employees there that you see every day.
Yes.
And I would imagine, yes, there's that owner/manager relationship, but I would imagine they're friends as well.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, for sure. You get your customers that come in every day wondering where I'm at, wanting to come out of the kitchen and talk. You got your employees. Hey, is Tama here today? Yep, she is. She's cooking today. Come in the kitchen and chat. And when you're not there and when you're not open, there's a feeling of huge loss there with customers and employees, making sure everybody's okay. Customers come in too, just to because they're alone and need that bartender or that server to lean on and tell their story, and then to listen to it, as I am for the employees also, to sit and listen. Right. For me to listen to them and them to lean on me. So it's a huge loss.
Tama, I'm going to ask you a really hard question right now, okay? How many nights since all of this, not because you're just worried about losing your business, but because of your customers, and chiefly for that young single mom with the 4-year-old, how many nights have you gone to bed stressed out or in tears?
Every night.
That don't fight it, because that's what people need to see. We're not seeing the human side of this. We're watching all of the people, let's be honest, Republicans and Democrats who aren't. You know, I interviewed Britt Haskins from Classic Hall Event Center in Princeton, or not Princeton. That you guys are in Princeton. She's in Annandale, and the senator who's allegedly advising the governor on event centers is a Republican. He has a 1,000-seat venue. Hers is not 1,000. And so people get really wrapped up in, oh, well, you're a Democrat or you're a Republican or you're making this political. And I'm like, this isn't political. This is emotional. I mean, this both of you were tearing up. And I know nobody's going to believe Joe, because Joe's the big, tough bartender. I can see it. But both of you are tearing up. And because this is hard, because this is human. This is human. And yes, this is about the Constitution. Yes, this is about the rights of the people to have a business and earn a living. But I don't think people understand that folks like you are going through, yeah, you're running the risk of losing your business no matter what you do. If you open, you're going to lose your business. If you stay closed long enough, you're going to lose your business. But I don't think they understand just how personal that this is for folks like you, because you're in a small town or several small towns. And you said, Joe, you're a gambler, but you don't open a business to be a gambler. You open a business because you're providing a service. And the thing is that food might be phenomenal. And we lost your video.
I'm back.
The food might be phenomenal, and I'm sure your drinks and your tap is great. But the reality is, the service that you provide is that social interaction that has always been the backbone of the United States, especially rural United States, especially rural Minnesota. How long can you guys go before you have to start making really hard decisions about, we're not opening this location ever again?
Well, it all depends. I mean, we need revenue, you know. The businesses definitely have very, very light checkbooks, you know. I'll make it go and beg, borrow, and steal and sell things, whatever I got to do if we have to. But again, we shouldn't have to do that. We're willing to work 80 hours a week, and we should not have to fight a governor to say, hey, bud, I want to go work 80 hours a week. Will you let me, please? You know, most people work 30 to 40, and I get it. You know, we don't. We work almost every day, all day. I work from 6:30, 7 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. every day. If I take a day off, we steal it and we go up to the lake or we go do something. But it's like we got to cover our shifts and go do something. We don't plan anything because you can hardly plan anything. We had a family trip planned 10 months ago. I canceled it the other day, and Haley had just helped us before. She goes, Dad, come on, you can't. I said, Haley, we can't go anywhere when our employees are suffering. And how would that look? Whether we work this hard so we can go on a trip, so we can do something. But that was taken away from, obviously taken away from this year. In October, we had a great October, incredible October. Things were coming back. If you had just left things alone, we were being safe. We haven't had one COVID response in any of our employees or nobody. Knock on wood, we've been very lucky. But you know what? We're clean. We're safe. We did everything right. We're doing everything right. And you shut people down that do everything right, it blows my mind.
You're definitely cleaner than the cleanest Walmart in any neighborhood I've ever been to.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Tama, I saw that grin.
Walmart, yeah.
Well,
it's amazing.
Let's just be honest. I don't care if it's a Target, a Walmart, a Hy-Vee, or a Trader Joe's, or an Aldi, or whatever. You're just cleaner. It's just going to be cleaner.
100%. The health department tells us every single inspection we do is like Tama's a white glove cleaner. It has to be cleaner. You hear about it, and everybody's just succumbed to it. It's like, let's just do it so we don't hear about it, But I get it. You're busy. Sometimes little things get left, but very, very rarely do little things get left here because we have an opening list. We have a closing list. We follow through on it. The health department tells us almost at every inspection we do that we're one of the cleanest restaurants they inspect. And that's not just at one location, it's at all our locations. We've never been violated or anything. They always find something little because they have to. It's the way it is, But
imagine that the government has to find something to pick on you for.
Exactly.
So I'm going to ask a couple more questions, then I'm going to let you guys go. It's Christmas Eve. My family will be coming in here and dragging me out by the shirt collar here shortly. Here's what I want to ask. If it were possible and we were able to get together a group of 50, 60, 70, 80, 100, 150, 200 people to come up there on a Friday night, could you accommodate us?
Absolutely.
Would you accommodate us?
Absolutely.
Would you run that risk?
I would. I think I would. We're trying to get out of a little trouble in right now, but you know what? It's got to open up. I mean, it's every bar owner I know. This isn't just our story, and I appreciate listening to our story. I appreciate, this is from the bottom of our hearts. Like you brought up how many nights ago, I'd wake up in the middle of the night just not being able to sleep with my heart hurting because I know Daryl has a 4-year-old kid. I mean, $37 a week. Shit, that ain't a car payment. That ain't a house payment. That ain't rent. That isn't even food.
That's barely milk.
That's milk and bread, and someone tell me, and she's a great bartender. She's a great server. You know what I mean? She makes great money when she's doing it. Why is she not allowed to make great money if she's willing to work? It doesn't make sense.
So I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna ask you to kind of close it out. But did you hear that, Minnesota? for some of you, Princeton, St. Joe, others, they're not a long way. They're not a long ways off. It's time that we start doing the circuit. We start doing the tour, and we start, you know, and I know there are people out there that are willing to start supporting these people and say, hey, look, we're gonna come up and we're gonna flush you with cash for at least one night every week. And if you're in the area and you know these people and you love them and you respect them, if they make the decision right now to open up, you need to be there, even if it's to buy a order of French fries. And then when the state shows up to shut them down, you don't let them in. You don't let them in. You're not coming in. We've seen this start to happen now in several places across the United States. Run them off. They're trespassing. They don't have a right to be there. So, Joe and Tama, I got it again. I think. Real quick, very, very, very brief from both of you, just a few words to whoever you want to address, and then we'll say goodbye. And by the way, if you can get me pictures of your employees and their families.
Absolutely.
I will put them on this video.
Perfect.
So a few words
I
to
mean,
both of you.
we're you know, the big thing of our story is, and we were on Care 11, and they kind of cut to the part where it's like we took our stand, and we did take our stand, but they didn't tell the reason we took our stand. The reason we took our stand is, and which we explained to you, we had people hurting. We had our back against the wall. We had beer that was about to expire, probably. You know, we had our food. We go through enough food, and we have 3 stores, so I'm a freak about that. You know, we never have anything old because I'll split it up between 3 stores and do whatever we got to do, and I always sell out on it, and I watch that. That's what I do hard, you know. So I always want to have the freshest product. So, you know, the first one we did because we weren't ready. Second one, you get a little more ready, but there can't be a third one, and we got to be able to open up soon because there's a lot of people. Will we go absolutely broke? Probably not, because I'm going to borrow money from personal, and we're savers. We try to save our money. We own businesses that don't have any money in the checkbook, but, you know, personally, we'll go broke if we got to keep them going, because you can't keep 3 businesses going all the time. You know, we got a short runway, just like a lot of people do. But I know restaurateurs with no runway. They have nothing left. They're done. Either they, like Cornerstone in Monticello, he's right down the street from us, 10 miles away. That guy's really hurting. I mean, he's to the point where I got to open up or I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to speak for him, but I know through the grapevine, it's a tight community. That guy's hurting. So if anybody can buy gift cards from Cornerstone and Monticello, go buy it from him. If you buy one from us, that's great too. But I think he needs it just as bad as we do or more. And they have great food as well. But they're right down the street. So there's another community member 10 miles from us right now. He opened and he had to open. He had to stay open from what I hear. I hope he stays in business, and I hope he makes it, and hope people buy a lot of gift cards for him so he can get a little longer runway. But we're all in this together. It ain't just us hurting. It ain't just that my employees hurting. It's statewide. There's 10,000 restaurants and 1,500 bars. So there's probably 800,000 to a million people hurting out of that. It trickles all the way down to families after family. After this person, one affects this, you affect it all. You know, and it's either everybody shuts down and we do nothing. You can't go to Walmart. You can't go nowhere. You better feed Amazon some more money, like they really need it. But either everybody shuts down or we should open up. Be safe. If you're healthy, go to work. If you're not healthy, stay home. Totally get it. And we're not making light of the virus. It's bad. But you know what? It's not bad everywhere. There's protocol you can take, which we did. There's steps, you know, cleanliness steps, preparation steps. We did them all, you know, and it's just time to let us make our families whole again, you know.
Yeah.
And that's from employees to my family.
So we're going to give her the last word.
Well, you pretty much said it. Yeah, I'm missing it all. I'm missing working with my coworkers, front and back, and missing the regulars that come in every day, that we make their day and they make our day. So we all need to get back, employees plus the people that come in that need that socialization with us and each other that they see in the bar in there. So, yeah.
Well, guys, let me get this done and we'll get it out there and we'll get your story out there. And if you know of other people, send them my way. I'd love to get their stories out. So
Sounds great. We will.
As much as possible, have a Merry Christmas, and
You as well.
thanks for your time. And we will, like I said, we'll get your story out there if you